We were seeing about 3 to 5% of customers fly that normally fly. As we came into May, we were flying about 10 to 15% of the schedule we planned. If we look at June, we're flying between 25 to 30% of what we planned, and we're just finalizing summer now. But I think we continue to see some interest in sort of summer vacation and leisure travel, and we're definitely seeing that in the bookings.
So 30% of what's normal, Robin. So what are you guys estimating for how long it will take you to get back to normal?
Well, we're expecting the summer. We think when we look at July, we're still finalizing the schedule now, but we think we're probably going to fly about half of our original schedule for July. We think August is likely to be a bit stronger than July. So again, we're seeing, pick up in leisure. I think the question that we have is what happens to business travel, and how long does that really take to come back?
Well, on that point, Robin, it looks like from some of the European airlines, we've seen data again suggesting intra-Europe, within Europe travel is going to pick up significantly, as we have here for within US. Is international travel, or cross-continent travel something that you're not expecting to come back for quite some time?
I think that's right. I mean, we're all learning as we go along. But, I think as we came into this, we felt domestic would recover before international. We felt international that was closer to the US would recover more quickly than long-haul international. And both of those things we're seeing. So we're about 70% domestic. That's where we're seeing some recovery from where we were in April and May. International, there's still many countries that are closed that we're not flying to. As those markets start to open, as we go into July and August, it will start to add flights back. But I do think international is going to take longer than domestic.
Robin, let's talk about for a second what it's like to fly. I know you were the first airline in the U.S. to require passengers wear masks. Are you enforcing that policy? Because we've heard a lot of anecdotal evidence, and there have been a number of articles saying that people are not wearing masks, or not everyone's wearing masks on those flights.
Yes, so yes, I mean, we are enforcing it. A customer has, when they board the airplane, if they won't wear a mask, then we will not board them. I mean, we do have ones to ask them to wear in case they've forgotten it or they don't have one. And then during the airplane, during the flight itself, I mean, look, we're trying to be sensible about it. You need to eat, you need to drink. You need to maybe have a quiet conversation with someone, but just use common sense, use good judgment. Our in-flight crew members are amazing diplomats. They're used to persuading people to do things they don't always want to do. I have to say, we've had very few issues so far, but ultimately, if a customer refuses to follow a crew member instruction and they won't wear a mask, it's really like any other situation, and then we will review that customer for flying JetBlue in the future. We need to have people on the airplane who are going to play a team sport and cooperate so we can get through this together.
Robin, can you update us on where you stand with the outlook in the months ahead for possible layoffs at JetBlue, particularly in light of the fact that you did take some government aid and relief from the CARES Act?
Sure. So we haven't furloughed anyone in our 20-year history. We're extremely proud of that. We're trying to come through this and keep that record intact. So we're going to be working on a series of voluntary programs. We've already had an extremely good take-up. I mean, for the summer, about 60% of our crew members, so about 14,000 out of 23,000, have voluntarily taken some form of unpaid time off. So we're going to continue to push those programs out into the fall. And, if we can get enough interest in involuntary programs, and I believe we can, then that should mean we do not have to resort to involuntary furlough, so we can keep our 20-year record. Right now, to the degree companies can, if we can keep people in jobs, that is the way to come out of this more quickly.